Hi guys, so today I want to show you how you can create a really awesome handle for your HDA, and the handle will be following the surface as you can see here in the viewport. It's pretty cool, right? But before we start, a few words from our sponsor, which is this bowl of cherry tomatoes. No, I'm joking, I don't have a sponsor. They are just very delicious. Okay, so let's get started building that awesome handle HDA. And I'm using the Ocean Evaluate because it has some animation, right? Feel free to use whatever you want. Oops, not subdivide, I will do subnetwork for that HDA and inside the blast node. And I will make sure it's primitive and delete non-selected. So now if we create the digital asset, I would call it just handle. And then I will make sure to export parameter to type properties, the group and group type. And then I will hide the group type, apply accept. So if I pick, a primitive, we'll get just one, because this is where I want for my handle to be. So then I will do divide, because I want to make sure I need a single primitive that's perfectly flat, and when you have 4 points there's little chance that it will be the same plane, if you know what I mean. So then I will do blast and remove everything except for the first primitive. So even here, even if you had triangles here, it will return the same thing. So that's great. Then I will do subdivide and I will get rid of everything except for that point, so that this will be the point where I want my handle to be, exactly this point. I'll even rename it to point. Then I will do point triangle. And okay, so we have the position for the handle, we don't have rotation of the handle, and to get rotation it's best if we could get a transform matrix of this primitive and then just extract the rotation. So we can do make transform, and if you hover right over here and press F1, the help will pop up, and I will copy the first guy. So for the y-axis we can use the normal, but we don't have it, so let's create normal. Just like that. And for the z-axis we can use any of those edges, right? Probably it's best to use 0, 1 edge. But before we do that, we have to actually make sure that both the z-axis and the normal, they are at the right angle. So I will do vector p0 is point 0 position 0, and the first point then I will create an x-axis which will be a normalized vector of p1 minus p0. So the z-axis will be the cross product of the x-axis and the normal. Z-axis. So this returns a matrix, right? So we have the transform matrix of this primitive. We need to extract the rotation, and we can do that with drag transform. So again, hover over here, press F1, and I will copy this guy. So I can just copy the transformation of this, because we are using the default ones. C, what does it stand for? So it says depending on the value of C, it returns translate, rotate, or scale. Okay, so we need rotate, which is 1. Pivot, we can use the position. It doesn't matter because we are extracting the rotation, right? And I will straight put it into the vector parameter called rot. So now we can start building the actual handle. So I'll drop the transform, and where is our handle? Our handle currently is in 0 space, makes sense, right? So first we need to move it to our point, and it says point surface, point number, so 0, attribute p, and index is 0. Here will be index 1 and index 2. So great, we have position. However, we don't have a rotation, but we can get rotation from here. So I will call it rot. Copy whatever we had here, and I'll just name it rot and change it to rot. Copy, paste. Whoops. And copy. Okay, awesome. It's cool, right? Okay, so what's left is to just export that handle onto the digital asset, right? So to do that, make sure that type properties window is open. I have it open, but on the other screen. And then make sure that this transform gizmo is selected, and middle click in the middle of this thing, and do export handle to digital asset. This way it's all on the digital asset, and I will remove all the things that we don't use. I want to keep only the original transform and rotate, and the pivot transform and rotate. Do apply, accept. So if you go back, I was like, oh no, it's so broken. How come? Well, there's one last thing. You have to replace those double dots to single dots. Yep, and right over here, do apply, accept, and it should all be working now. Yay! So save note tab, match current definition, delete, make another handle, select this guy. Oh yeah, it's definitely following along the surface. It's pretty cool, right? Okay, that's it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, leave a comment or share. That would be awesome. So see you guys soon.